Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, March 2nd, and March has definitely arrived. We had a lot of great games on Saturday. Going to recap some of them still going. We will start with the best team in the country, Auburn. Jackson Robinson for Kentucky. I will start actually with out for the season. That is a huge blow for Kentucky. He is going to go through wrist surgery, so he's going to be out for the season. Auburn dominates in that game. They were up by double digits the entire game. I think they won by 17. Minus 4.5 does cash. Texas Tech plus 4. Williams played. McMillan played. I said if those two played, Texas Tech outright. They did win outright. And it was a dominant performance, especially from behind the arc. This is a really good Texas Tech team. Kansas, Bill Self said, new season. I think what he really meant was we're playing OK State and Colorado our next two games. We're going to look good. They did look good in those two games. They look decent in this game, but they're just not a good team right now. So Kansas, still a lot of worry about them come March Madness time. Texas Tech wins that game on the road at Allen Fieldhouse. Alabama plus 3.5. Wow. Alabama up. Wow. Alabama up 4. No, Alabama up 3 with 32 seconds left. Make one, miss one on the free throw line for Tennessee. Tennessee gets the offensive rebound, put back, tie game. Alabama comes down. Aiden Holloway, jump ball. Alabama throw in from the baseline, which they did 5 or 6 times in this game against Tennessee, and 4 of the 6 times it was a turnover. I don't understand how NATOs can just not draw a play up on the baseline that works. Giving credit to Tennessee for that defense because they were incredible when they were doing the baseline defense on the throw-ins, but once again, Alabama turns it over on the baseline. Tennessee with 3.4 remaining. Forget the kid's name. Sham something. Piss me off. It's March, and he hits it from one step past half court. Alabama didn't give it a hand up. He was set. It was basically a set shot from way downtown, and he cans it. Tennessee wins. Alabama should have won that game, but we covered a plus 3.5. Iowa State has not started yet. Actually, they probably have started. It's 8:20. We'll see what happens on that game. They're minus 4.5. Gilbert is playing tonight for Iowa State, so that's a really good sign for us. Florida minus 6.5. Start out incredibly slow. 33-45 right now with a second left in the first half, and the Aggies are going to the line. So probably a 10-point lead or an 11-point lead going into the half. This is the Florida team I know. Not in the first 4 minutes. The last 16 minutes I've seen, this is the Florida team I know. So it's looking pretty good with the Florida game. Player props were a bust. Chaz had two threes in the first half. He finished with 2 threes in the game. Johnny, they didn't need him in this game. It was the Miles show for Auburn. Kelly Miles? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm almost positive Kelly. And then Trevor had a lot of points as well for Auburn. Those 2 guards were amazing. I'm pretty sure Trevor comes off the bench most of the time, but they didn't need him tonight. I think he scored 7 or 8 points, and they still won by 17. Curtis Jones hasn't played. He's playing right now, like I said, for Iowa State, 15.5, so we need that one to get on the player prop side. But it's, if Florida wins, we could be looking at a 5-0 day on the game picks, 4-1 as the worst, and then a 1-2 on the player props. Wouldn't be a bad day overall on Saturday. But let's go take a look at the games for Sunday. We have 1 game and 1 player prop. We have a top 25 matchup. The other top 25 game is Illinois against Michigan. I am done with Michigan this season. I can't get a read on them. They play horribly one game. They play great the next game. They play horribly the next one game. They're the luckiest team in college basketball, according to Ken Palm on the luck meter. They've won like 7 of their last 9 games by a bucket. It's just impossible to get a read on them. And we're going to talk about teams that you can't get a read on. They're going to play Illinois, and I have no idea about Illinois. They've been banged up. They've been sick. They've been losing a lot of games. I still think Illinois, on paper, they should be pretty good, but they're just not playing well right now. So I'm just going to pass on that game. We're going to be looking at Wisconsin going up against Michigan State. I will say there is a tournament starting tomorrow, a conference tournament. Let me look up the conference. It's the ASUN, I believe. Yes, ASUN. It's Stetson going up against Central Arkansas and Austin Peay going up against North Florida. That is the first conference tournament to go to March Madness. That is the 10-7 playing the 9-8 or something like that. So if you want to watch tournament basketball, those games will be on ESPN Plus starting at 7 o'clock tonight or on Sunday night when you guys are watching these. But let's take a look at this game. Wisconsin against Michigan State. Michigan State coming off of that win going up against Maryland. They hit the half quarter. They were horrible offensively the entire game. They were fantastic defensively. They only made, I think, 2 threes before they hit the half-court shot to beat Maryland, but they did do it on the road. That's a very, very good win for Michigan State. I need to start giving Michigan State a little bit more flowers. They beat Purdue. They beat Michigan. They beat Maryland. They beat 3 top 25 teams, 3 consecutive games, 2 of those games on the road. Here is myself giving Michigan State those flowers. They are a good team. I'm not sure if they're a great team. They're great defensively, but they struggle on the offensive side at times. A team who usually does not struggle offensively this season, at least, has been Wisconsin. And for that reason, I'm taking the points. I will give respect to Michigan State, give them this outright win going up against Wisconsin. I will respect them enough to let them defend their home court. I will not be dumb enough to lay 4.5 points. Wisconsin coming off an 88-point game going up against Washington after an embarrassing performance going up against Oregon, allowing them to win that game on their home floor. It was a 17-2 run the final 5 minutes. Oh, man, I want to say it was Shellstad who hit an absolute bomb to send that game to overtime, and Wisconsin just didn't show up in overtime in that game against Oregon. But I do think overall they're a good team. They have been consistently scoring 80-plus points per game. I'm going to take them in this one to stay competitive. 4.5 is a lot of points. Give me Wisconsin. It's a possession and a half. I'll take the Wisconsin Badgers with the points as the play. Not bashing Michigan State. I'm just saying I think it's a lot of points. Only player prop of the day is going to be John Tonji. He had his worst game of the season going up against Washington, and they still beat them 88-62. He scored 22 against Oregon. He snapped his 20-plus scoring streak against Washington. He scored 4 consecutive games of 20-plus points. And then Washington, he goes 4 of 10. He still played 32 minutes. He just wasn't used a ton. What I love about John is that he doesn't really settle. He's been the guy to go to the free throw line every single game. Just looking back at the last couple games, he went 9 of 10, 8 of 9, 10 of 12, and then 2 of 2 against Oregon, which is kind of rare for him, and then 4 of 4 against Washington. So he has been very aggressive getting himself to the free throw line. He gets a lot of his points from the free throw line, and he's been very good from behind the arc as well this season. He is the best player on the floor in this game. He will show up against Michigan State. He is very, very good at ISO ball. He is good at getting his own shot. He's good at going to the rim, and he's good at finishing. So I'm taking him over his total points in this one, even though Michigan State does have a really good defense. Give me the over 17.5. I don't think it's going to be maybe, though. I don't think it's going to be higher than 19.5. If it is higher than 19.5, I'm still going to take it, but I think it's going to be between 17.5 and 19.5 as the only player prop of the day. Let's go to that recap graphic. Remember, if you want to watch, March Madness-like basketball, Stetson, North Florida play, or Central Arkansas play. So those games will be on ESPN Plus for those conference tournaments. But for ourselves, we're taking Wisconsin with the points, plus 4.5 going up against Michigan State, and John Tonji over total points, 17.5, 18.5 is going to be my guess on that one. But guys, it's going to do it for these daily basketball picks and props for Sunday, March 2nd slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please drop a this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.